Well, yes, I'm still out there making it a great day, and I'm still out on the road. I'm still in Tennessee. Decided to stop by Hurricane Mills and check out the Loretta Lynn Museum here at her ranch, her dude ranch. She's got a museum, she's got a coal mine, and she has guided tours of her childhood home and her plantation home, which she no longer lives in, but they have the kitchen that she did the Crisco commercials in. They shot it right there in the house. I think Mooney he added on a room so they could do the Crisco commercials, but she actually lives behind where's the house, the plantation home that she used to live in. She lives behind that now, so that's pretty cool. Let's check this out. We're going to show you as much as we can. Haven't been here since 1987, and I'm excited for it. Right there on the floor, Gigi.
Where are you going in such a hurry, boy?
Not even a slight bit of mild nudity.
Hey everybody, this is John Schneider.
We are the Gravlax brothers from the planet Fuckatron.
Hey, this is Butch Patrick from the Munsters.
I'm gonna put you out of the jail and throw away the key.
Make it a great day.
Because you deserve it.
Yes, you do.
You deserve it.
You deserve a great day.
I'm in Hurricane Mills, Tennessee this time, and behind me is the original Loretta Lynn bus. Yep, I'm here at the Loretta Lynn Ranch, her museum. We're gonna go check her museum out. And I'm originally from Kentucky, Eastern Kentucky, like she is. I've been to the original house up in Butcher Holler many years ago, met her brother Herman, but I just thought I'd come and check this out. And basically this video is Find Loretta Lynn. Will we find her today? We might see her in the museum, you know, pictures and stuff, but has someone kidnapped her again like they did on Dukes of Hazzard? Remember that?
Loretta Lynn visits Hazzard County, and everybody gets into her act.
Monkey see, monkey do.
I want my autograph, Roscoe.
They took Loretta Lynn.
We got Loretta Lynn.
Would you repeat that?
Yeah, they had a ransom of $1,136.15 in a sack. And guess who was accused of being the kidnappers? And you already know. Yeah, and boss said he wanted those Loretta nappers caught before sundown. And Roscoe told Enos that they needed to find those people that stole Loretta Lynn. And I don't think she's been kidnapped or stolen. She's probably on property somewhere. She's got an event going on, and I want to show this bus, and we're going to go check out her museum. Like I said, I've been here since 1987, and she's really made some great improvements here in that many years. Unbelievable, and I can't wait to go look around and run into some people here that were at Bo's Extravaganza. They said, "Hey Scott," they're driving in and they're saying, calling me by name. They recognize me. I'm like, oh wow, how cool is this? They were at the extravaganza we had here in Tennessee over the weekend. We're going into a replica of the Loretta Lynn house. The original one is in Paintsville. I've been to it. This is the one they used in the movie, Coal Miner's Daughter.
So cute.
This was your toilet paper, that flour to put this on the walls, but if there was anything left over, it was your toilet paper. You would took that right out the outhouse.
Now, why did Loretta get to sleep down here with her mom and dad?
Well, she was the oldest daughter of the entire bunch. That means she's the one that took care of the babies throughout the day, so she kind of got a break away from the kids at night. What do you think about this house? Not too bad if you think about it, especially for that time period.
Right.
Now, they lived in this house for pretty close to 22 years, y'all. This is where they would have raised most of their kids. Now, at the same time, when they bought that house, y'all, they had absolutely no idea they were getting the entire town to go with it. Now, for them, they knew they were getting a total of 1,450 acres of land to go with the house. Now, they No, that also included the grist mill to your right-hand side, which this was actually built back in 1850. And then that little store that y'all bought your ticket in today, that was the original general store to the town itself. Now, as far as that acreage goes, that 1,450 acres, Mooney was never satisfied with that, y'all. So he's the type he always wanted more. So anytime Loretta would go on tour, he'd try to make his way down to the land office and buy more. So as of today, she is down to 3,500 acres in total. You know, just 3,500 acres, y'all. You know. Now her house that you're going to go in, this was actually built in the 1800s as well. See, it's got 14 rooms, 8 fireplaces, and 48 windows.
There's another kitty, Charlene.
And I can tell you now, if you ever go back to the 70s, I got you covered. Now, it's definitely a smaller room, so you have to rotate around for me to see that. But once you've seen that, you're welcome to come down this way with me. We'll start this next bit. These are actually some of her earliest album covers. These date back to the 1960s and 70s. No, these are just the album covers. Now these do date back to her beginnings in Nashville, from her time with Ernest Tubb here to my right, her time with the Woodman Brothers to my left, and if you look on this back wall here, you'll see a lot of her and Conway Twitty. Which, of course, with her and Conway, they started performing together back in 1971, and they continued up until 1989 before they split ways. And that was more Mooney's health. It got to a point where she knew she had to be here to take care of him, so that's when she stepped away from her career. But in their time together, they did a total of 10 studio albums.
Loretta sure has a lot to look at here at her ranch. Here's a old fire truck. That's pretty darn neat. It's rusting, but it is out here amongst many farm equipment too. This here is definitely a hay baler. Lots of old farm equipment. Good thing I know some of this equipment. This here piece of machinery with the wood, it's what they made sorghum with, and the mule would carry that around. This section right here is what I remember when I came, was just these buildings here with a snack bar and a little general store and stuff. Right here is Loretta Lynn's coal mine number 5. You actually can go inside this, and it's inspired by stories her father told her. It's a simulated coal mine. It says high voltage. Wonder what's going to happen.
In the spring and summer, he would work on the farm. I can remember Daddy coming home and all you could see was the whites of his eyes. I'd run and get his dinner bucket and open it up, and Daddy would have me a little piece of a sandwich or a little bite of apple or something. But we were tough. We had a saying in Butcher Holler. There was only just a few jobs. It's coal mine, moonshine, or move on down the line. Many, many miners lost their lives in the coal mines because it's so dangerous. I want all of you to take your time and look around and enjoy our coal mine number 5.
Pretty cool simulated coal mine here. This is pretty extravagant.
Hello everybody, this is Loretta Lynn, and welcome to my coal mine number 5. I hope you all enjoy this coal mine tour. Take your time now and adjust your eyes because it's real dark in here. Most of you know that I'm a coal miner's daughter, and I'm proud of it too. My daddy worked for the Consolidated Coal Company in Van Lear, Kentucky. That's where I grew up. He worked in coal mine number 5. We were a coal mining family. There was 8 kids in my family, and Mommy and Daddy. Coal mining was how Daddy put food on the table. All the tools and the coal cars were sent here from Kentucky for you all to see. Most of them belonged to their own family members. The hand pull carts was mostly used through the 30s and the 50s. We built this coal mine for you all to see so you know what I saw when I was growing up. Most of the black coal you see scattered around here, it came from my hometown in Van Lear, Kentucky.
This is a very impressive coal mine, and from the outside you wouldn't think it was this big, but wow, I'm impressed. And I think you're probably gonna exit back out into possible gift shop here. Well, we are gonna begin our tour here of the Loretta Lynn Coal Miner's Daughter Museum. We've got a bunch of cars, a lot of her dresses, and this here is right out here on the display in the lobby. We're gonna go in the Mooney Lynn Pavilion, which has a lot of vehicles. It's got his vehicles, her vehicles, and a lot of other things. There's a handwritten note here by Loretta on this big sign. Kind of looks like something she would do. Sonny Shorter would do something like this for sure. And no, I can't read it totally out, but it's talking about the bus, one of the buses. And she's got another bus here on the inside like she has on the outside, so I guess she had two of them. So here is that bus on the inside here of the museum that we saw. There's another one outside. I think the one on the outside she used bus was the one that was seen in the movie Coal Miner's Daughter and built to look like the original. So they didn't use the original, they used a replica one. Well, I'm going to start back here in the back, and it's like she's got some furniture back here. She keeps everything, looks like. She's not a hoarder, she's just a collector. I love her signs, the handwritten signs here like you would see. Those look like old J.C. Penney signs to me. This here is a 1977 Cadillac. It says it's one of her favorite cars here. And the one I always liked was Mooney's Jeep, and I guess that's why I bought a Jeep. I bought a Jeep, well, my dad bought me a Jeep in '88, but I always liked the Jeeps, and Mooney liked his Jeeps, and they have his Jeep here on display. This car right here was given to Loretta by Dew for their 1984 anniversary. And it says she loves this car is what the sign there says, that she's handwritten. And I can't read that far back on that one. But this is a nice little car right here. But this over here, this big truck, I read it and it said it was used to haul farm equipment, and it was Mooney's favorite truck is what the sign says here. Now we're going to enter the actual museum. That was just the Mooney Pavilion with all the vehicles. This right here is the one with all of the gowns and costumes, and here's her sister Crystal Gale, her dresses, the records, you know, when they would go platinum and gold and all that stuff, and awards, and your typical museum, but she keeps everything here. She has a lot of family portraits here on the wall on display, and that's her one of her sons right there, Ernest Ray, and there's Betty Sue, and some of them have look different over the years, but there's so many of them here and I can't show them all, but kind of neat to come in here and look at some of her memories. There's a whole big display here. Oh my goodness. Records and suits and outfits from different performers that she's friends with and became friends with over the years. You just have to come down here and check this place out and enjoy yourself here at the Loretta Lynn Ranch for several hours, and I mean several hours. You can spend here, and everybody's so friendly that works here. I've just talked up a storm. These are the wedding gowns they tell you on the tour. They have all her daughter's wedding gowns on display right here in the museum. This thing is like 3 or 4 rows long. There is so much in here. I think she's got more than Dolly has. I've been to the Dolly Museum too, and Dolly's is impressive, but this is very, I like the way this one's laid out. She has did a great job on laying out this beautiful museum here at the Loretta Lynn Ranch. This is her band and the coal miners' outfits over the years. Pretty cool place. I'm in awe looking around in here, and there's just, oh my gosh, there's a whole Conway Twitty section over there too. We'll have to check that out. This just goes and goes and goes. It's like a maze. It's like they got a theater back here. Oh wow, this is pretty big. More dresses and more guitars, and she's got a replica of the Butcher Holler School, probably the one-room schoolhouse when she went to school back in Van Leer, Kentucky. I've been to Van Leer, never been to the schoolhouse. I've been in a one-room schoolhouse before though. They had the old pot-belly stove out in the middle. Way before my time, I didn't go to school like that. And right next to the Butcher Holler School that's on display, she has on display her first Nashville home with all the furnishings that was in it. She kept them all, kept all the furnishings and things that was on the walls in her first home in Nashville, not the home here at Hurricane Mills, but when they lived in Nashville, when she first made it to Nashville. And amazing, she kept all this stuff. And look at that television. Have anybody ever seen a TV like that? That's back in the 50s for sure. That's portrait there. Her new song's Still Woman Enough, and she's still collecting. Looks like I don't think she's thrown anything away. Nothing, and that's good that she can preserve all this for people to see from years to come. So many awards, unbelievable. Of how many. She's got this laid out very nicely too, and in sections, and at the top it says awards, and on the top of this one it says my band. So everything's kind of labeled so you can look around and figure out what's what. And here's a nice display of photos of her, and this is her first record, I'm a Honky Tonk Girl, on the Zero label. And the flip side was The Darkest Day. And it's when she was peddling the record coast to coast. Her and Mooney driving in the car, going to radio stations to get them to play it. Things have changed since then. Right here is the Coal Miner's Daughter dress, the one that she wore on the cover for the book, for the album of Coal Miner's Daughter. This whole section here is from the movie, costumes from the Coal Miner's Daughter movie, and other memorabilia from scripts to photos to records to stuff that was props and all kinds of stuff. Unbelievable. One of my favorite films was Coal Miner's Daughter. I have seen it so many times, as many people have, and it's a great film. If you've never watched it, I don't know how you could not have watched it, not watched it, but if you haven't, absolutely check it out. It is a classic now. I totally forgot about this side. Even more gowns. I never seen a lady that has this big of a wardrobe. I would say she's probably got more over at the house. Wouldn't doubt it. Maybe she doesn't, I don't think she wears the same dress twice. There's so many dresses. Unbelievable. Beautiful dresses. Well, there's just cubby holes everywhere in this museum. I've never seen so many things hanging to look at. And Coal Miner's Daughter, Loretta Lynn. That's one of them old showbill posters right there. I see a guitar back here that I recognize, the one that has Loretta Lynn written on the neck. I remember that one from years ago when she first started with that on there. I found that she's got some very cool Willie Nelson guitars. There's one with her and Willie on one, and one with Willie and Merle Haggard. Those are pretty neat. I have been looking for some photos in her friends section from the Dukes of Hazzard, and I have found two. One is right here of Tom Wopat, Kathy Bach, Sorrel Book, and John Schneider, of course. Right there is that one, and right up there on the top is another one of them between scenes on the Find the Loretta Lynn episode. You see John standing there holding the umbrella, and Jimmy Best and Sorrel Book sitting down, and it looks like Jimmy and Loretta are talking to each other. I have not seen that photo there ever. I've never seen that one. That's a rare one. She even has a section on Doolittle. Mooney Lynn. I didn't believe she had this much stuff on him. Quite a bit of stuff on Mooney. And rodeo stuff down here too, with saddles and all kinds of rodeo gear. Some beautiful murals here on the side of this building. I think they just recently redid these. And nice artwork of Loretta here on the side of her store. There's also a United States Post Office right here for Hurricane Mills, Tennessee. Because you know what? Her and Mooney, they bought the whole town. It was owned by a family named Anderson. It was actually a town. And she has recreated the western town. But it is an official United States Post Office right here. Dates back to 1876. So when you own the town, you also have a post office, and you're the town's only resident. So that would be Loretta Lynn. Well, this has been fun today, spending some time here at Loretta Lynn's ranch at Hurricane Mills, Tennessee. And some pretty cool murals here on the back of the store. There's a lot to see here, so definitely come and check it out. Check them out on their website online. And they have a lot to offer. They do a lot of festivals and a lot of events. Their big thing's the motocross. I think they said it's in its 40th year. So I haven't been here since 1987, folks. That's a long time. And I'm highly impressed, and it's very reasonably priced for the guided tour and the guided tour of the two houses, and also admission to the museum. It was only $30, and can't beat that all day. Graceland is a little bit more pricey, I believe, but her museum here, Loretta Lynn Museum, oh my gosh. I've been to the Dollywood Museum. I'm very impressed with Dolly's museum. I don't dislike Dolly's museum or trying to put it down in any way, but I was very impressed with Loretta's museum here versus Dolly's museum. I mean, Dolly had a lot of stuff. I think Loretta has more dresses. Oh my gosh. She had so many dresses in there, and it's absolutely beautiful dresses that she's worn on stage and stuff. And I was in there quite a long time, and I appreciate the staff here that she has working, and they're all super nice. And I wish I could show you more. There's a few other things. There's an Indian statue up there, so she is part Indian. And I believe my dad was part Indian too, but there's a lot of people that are partly Indian. My grandmother was fluent Italian, but that's another story, and we're gonna keep on going out there making it a great day. We didn't find Loretta Lynn like they, kidnapped on Dukes and all that, and that was a great episode, one of my favorites. I did find some photos from that episode that they shot in the Loretta Lynn Museum, and that made my day. And you all go out there and make it a great day, best way you know how, because you deserve it.